Hopefully the angle is not making the background too dark. It is 3:30 p.m. It's a bit dark. I don't know why. I think this room in general is really dark. So just I turned on camera because there's something that it's always been in my heart, and we gonna talk about like friendship, how my friendship in 20s and how my friendship in 30s, like the differences between my thoughts in like friendship in my 20s and how it changed to as I am right now. So in my 20s, I always wanted a lot of like friends, and I always envy those like 언니들 that had a lot of like friends, and I always wanted to be part of them. Like whenever I see like people with like bunch of friends in group settings, I always like got jealous and wanted to be a part of that. But then because of my personality, I'm an introvert, so I only had like one friend. So if like she's not available, then I have like literally like no friends. So like back then, I think I like just wanted quantity of like friends rather than the quality of friends. For instance, like I honestly didn't have enjoyed the time with them, but I would always like hang out with them, and then I'll come home and then just be like, oh, like thank God I'm at home. I'd rather go home than hanging out with them. Like that kind of thing. You kind of like 억지로 you force yourself to be friends with them when I was not really truly being who I am. And right now, I only have like, other than my husband, I only have like one friend that I open up everything. So to her, I can tell her anything that I'm going through. Yeah, I'll just tell her everything, and she understands me, and we correct each other, or even we give like advice to each other. And one thing that I learned is that you need to be yourself. With a real friend always makes you who you are. Like you don't have to pretend to be someone else, or you don't have to pretend that you like certain things to improve them, impress them, or like you can be yourself in front of them. I think that it means to be like a true friend. And if you can't be yourself in front of them, then it just makes the whole time uncomfortable, and you would rather just be at home. Or like for instance, I had this like one friend. Anyway, I wouldn't name her, but she was somebody that I really, really admire, and I really, really loved. And I kind of like forced myself to fit for her. For instance, the things that she likes, or the things that she doesn't like, I'll try to like match myself into that box. And for that time of the period, I thought I really enjoyed my time being with her. But later I found out that I was very like exhausted, and I was very like tensed in front of her. And then I was a little like 눈치 봐 in front of her. From that on, I realized like, what am I doing? I'm not truly being who I am. So I think that really looked back to my heart, whether I am being comfortable, or am I trying to fit myself into this box to fit in the social group or fit to her taste. I think I was more enjoying of me just being with her. So from the third person point of view, I looked perfectly fit in, and kind of like wanted to be like her, that kind of thing too. And at the same time, I felt accepted because I was just simply was a friend to her, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Sometimes I still feel like I want to have a friend that is like so similar to me, almost like a twin to me. The things that I like, the things that I like to shop, the places where I want to see, or like even my values in my life, my thoughts and everything. Sometimes I still want a friend like exactly like me, because whenever I see others and then the fashion's the same, or they kind of like influence each other, or they like to eat like same stuff, or their interest is the same, like how they talk is similar, and then I see all these like people just getting along well with their friends. So like basically I have a few friends, but how we dress does not match, the life stage does not match where we are right now. Or sometimes I want to create a friend with these qualities that I want, if that makes sense. Like I want her to like dress in a certain way that I want. I want her to like have a healthy lifestyle, or I want her to not too tall as me but not too short than me, or I want her to take good pictures for me. Like we'll be like such a good like Instagram friends, that kind of things. Like I began to have I began to look into more practical qualities that I want in my friendship. So all these things that I was just kind of like going through that, as the time passed, I realized that I was just being really selfish, right? All these people are different and I want them to be in a certain way, like as if I am God creating a human that is perfectly right for me. And if you have like those kind of friends, like, okay, you're so lucky, you're so blessed. But for me, from my perspective, wanting that kind of friend was very like selfish. Yeah, I was just begin to like think a lot. Anyway, moving on, I just want to talk about like some incidents that happened during my marriage. I just want to like state that there are, for my experiences, my perspective, there were actually like fake friends who pretended to be my friend. So the fake friends literally come to your funeral, but won't come to your wedding. What I mean by that, the fake friends they are willing to spend the lowest moment of your life or the saddest moment of your life with you, but they are not willing to go through the happiest moment of your life and to celebrate that with you and spend time and like cheer for you. So obviously, to my wedding, those people who have said they will, they never came, or they said like bitter things like, oh, I don't actually, basically she said, you guys are not meant to get married, kind of thing. So I had like that kind of friend as well. What I realized from those like incidents like people who actually willing to like celebrate the good moments with you are the real friends. I have those like few friends. Whenever I post some pictures of me on like social media, I do have like some of the like friends that would kind of like tease me or like trying to put me down. For instance, say things like, oh, why is your hair like that? Or say stuff like, but what I'm trying to say is there are some fake friends that trying to like put you down, and from teasing you or say things that's not nice to you. I feel like real friends don't do that. They're not like negative. What I'm trying to say, they're very like optimistic, and they will, willing to where you are when you're not. They're willing to understand where you're coming from. So I feel like fake friends have like all this like jealousy and like put you down and to make them feel more superior, that kind of thing. Sometimes I have few friends that don't share what they're going through to me, or I just don't know what she's thinking, or she says certain things but she's not really acting that way. Like they are kind of like has like this like boundary. Else like real friends can like open up really, and we can just totally be honest to each other and just freely open up what we're going through and the things like that. So I began to look for friends that who are freely open, like willing to freely open to me and be honest with me and never do white lies, and also tease me or mock me or being sarcastic, because sometimes that reveals the true. If she says certain things to mock me, and then I begin to think like, is that what she's really thinking? So I am relying on my husband financially because I am a freelancer, and I had such a bad experience in like Korean company, that kind of thing. So that's why I quit like 3 years ago. And then because my husband makes enough money to kind of like make this family running, so I kind of began to support him. And because he's like working at home, so I cook lunch, do house chores, and cook dinner, and that's literally my whole day passes like that. So I am technically relying on to my husband financially, but I wouldn't name her, but I had a friend that in the middle of nowhere, we are just in the middle of like random conversations, things like I said something and then she's like, oh yeah, it's because your husband pays for everything. At that moment, and I'm like, I was just kind of like let that go away. But then I came home and I just felt this really big negativity of her, and began to think, wait a minute, is that how she think? Like really? So I start to have like this boundary. Like, is she really a friend of mine? And then I began to trace down all these things that she said in the past. And I'm like, does she really mean it? Like, why would she say those things to make me feel bad? Definitely, it is not a positive thing to say that, right? Well, I'm not saying that it is. Okay, no offense. I know that she didn't like meant to like hurt me, but it's just from my point of view, I just don't need to hear that, right? So from that day onwards, I began to have like this war. Like that's like a boundary. Like I wonder why she would say those kind of things. I think it's a mixture of like jealousy and insecurity, and to say that she feels better in herself. In that way, she feel more worth-wise. Confident is more up to put me put me down. That kind of thing. So what I'm trying to say is, and I kind of want to end it now because it's getting too hot. Real friends make you feel comfortable, and they will not put you down, and they always there for you in sad times and also happiest times. So it's 4. And one last thing that I want to add is that no matter how different they are, if they're honest and willing to like open up to you and just show them who they are truly from deep down, I think that's a good sign of a true friend. Yeah, so I guess these days I am still learning what it means to have a real friend. Also, I am reflecting myself, like, am I also behaving in that certain way? Do I really truly open up, and do I truly be honest with them? Do I ever mock them, tease them, being sarcastic of the things that can be sensitive from the person? Bring my pride up from like mocking them, kind of thing. So that's what I've been going through in terms of friendship. I am in my 30s, and I have cut down so many friends that were turned out to be fake. So I'm not saying you should cut down your friends too, but I'm just sharing what I've been going through and some of the qualities that I look for in friendship, and I am hoping to be one of that person as well. Hope that was helpful. And because this room is so hot, I'm gonna quickly end this video here. And if you liked this video, please let me know or subscribe for more. If there's any like topics that you want to discuss, let me know as well. So I will see you guys in next video. I do TikTok, Instagram, Xiaohongshu as well, so feel free to check that out as well. And I will see you next. Bye.